We start the hour in Egypt, where U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry is due for a brief visit to Cairo. He's meeting with Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. Now, Libya's new Prime Minister designate, Fayez al-Sarraj, is also in Egypt, and he'll also likely meet with Kerry. The Secretary of State has just wrapped up meetings in Vienna on the crises in Libya and Syria. The international community will be moving to relax the arms embargo currently in place in Libya. The new unity government there earlier called for attack planes and helicopters to better battle ISIL militants. The group's presence in Libya has been growing at an alarming rate. Currently, ISIL controls parts of Libya, most notably the city of Sirte. Libyan government forces have been trying to take back control. Well, let's bring you the latest on this now. We're joined live from Cairo by CCTV's Adel Al-Marouki. Adel, has Secretary of State John Kerry arrived in Egypt yet? And what's on the agenda on this rather brief visit?
It is, in fact, a very brief visit. The U.S. Embassy here in Egypt confirms that the Secretary of State will arrive at 13:30 GMT. That's about 3.5 hours from now. He has just one visit scheduled. He will move directly from Cairo International Airport to the Ittihadiyya Palace, where President el-Sisi resides. He will meet him and then move back right away to the airport and leave the country. It is expected to be around from 1 to 2 hours meeting, through which several things are on the table, including, of course, the President el-Sisi's re-invitation to resume talks between the Palestinians and Israelis, and of course Libya.
Well, of course, the Libyan Prime Minister himself is in the country. What has he been discussing in Egypt with authorities there?
Well, Libya is very concerned about coordination with Egypt. Egypt has a very strong partnership, or it is a strong ally, definitely, to the internationally recognized government that was, the parliament that was and still is in Tobruk, in the eastern side, and through which there has what Egypt considers the legitimate armed forces of the Libyan nation that is led by General Khalifa Haftar. So this relationship is very important for al-Sarraj to coordinate and try to reach a consensus as soon as possible on the formation of his cabinet from all Libyan factions, particularly the items that concern security, whether it is a unified police forces or a unified armed forces or military. So Egypt is an important key player in that regards, and Libyan officials in general need this influence that Egypt has to try to push things forward. So whatever the steps are, whether it was before or after Geneva, coordination is quite essential for the Libyan side to have good terms with the Egyptian officials here.
And of course, another key player is the United States, especially as seen in the recent meetings in Vienna. As you said, it's a very brief visit for John Kerry, but any chance that he and the Libyan Prime Minister might sit down for some brief talks?
Well, from my conversation with the U.S. Embassy several minutes ago, it seemed that the schedule is very tight. They did not announce or confirm that he will be meeting other officials, or even Fayez al-Sarraj if he's in Cairo. It hasn't been announced yet. So it seems that there is a very specific target or mission that Kerry is coming for. It's just meeting President el-Sisi and going back. With President el-Sisi, we know that the Egyptian Foreign Minister, the Foreign Ministry will be present at the Ittihadiyya Palace for the discussions with the Secretary of State. Other than that, no information about the possibility of such a meeting has been announced, but they have already been talking in Vienna after the talks, as we've seen in the videos. So it doesn't seem there is something pressing or something new that came up that makes it necessary for both al-Sarraj or Kerry to meet again.
All right, thanks very much for that update. Adel Al-Marouki live for us there in Cairo.